In this video, I'm diving deep into Canva. I'm talking about turning your designs, whether it's for a small business, whether you're a content creator, or whether you're just trying to up your game and look more professional online. This video's got you covered. I'm Alex, and today I'm going to take you on a full guide through all the tips and tricks that Canva has to turn your amateur designs into professional grade graphics. Let's dive in. So for this video, I'm going to show you tools that you can use both for the free version as well as for the paid version of Canva. I am a teacher. I do have a teacher account, which gives me access to a lot of the paid features. However, what's very cool about Canva, once you log in, is that there is a pop-up that lets you get Canva free for 30 days. So if you like any of the premium tools that I'm showing you, use Canva free for 30 days. And if you like it, then pay for it. Or just become a teacher, whichever's easier. So when you log into Canva, this is going to be your home screen. What's amazing about Canva is the user interface. They make everything super easy to understand. If you're trying to learn more about Canva, if you're in the education field like I am, you can take a look at this tab. If you're trying to go the premium route and unlock the pro features of Canva, you can go here. And if you don't know anything about Canva, or if you want to learn how to literally design like a pro, they have a tab for that too. You can download the app for mobile. I have Canva on mobile. It works very well. Everything is very optimized. So Canva does a beautiful job at setting everything up for you. So it's right there in front of you and everything works as it should, even on the mobile app. And you got your settings tab, your notifications tab. So if you're sharing something with somebody, right? If you have Teams and somebody shares something with you, it'll come through the notification tab. And then you have your tabs on the left side. So your tabs on the left side include the Magic Studio, which is all your AI features. I did a video a while ago on all of Canva's AI features. It's a little bit older, but it is still a good look. So if you want to take a look at the AI features of Canva, you can take a look and click up on the card on the top right. Also, besides Magic Studio, you have all your projects that you're working on. In my case, it's all my designs. If you create custom templates, it'll go here, but also it has already made templates. So it knows that I'm a teacher and I'm on my teacher account right now. So all the lessons over here is work kit. It is actually kind of cool. So it personalizes and customizes everything to a point where if you're an elementary teacher, it'll give you the tools and things if you're a teacher, right? So once I click on elementary teacher, I can do a teacher-led direct instruction lesson, guided practice, independent practice, social emotional learning. So it lumps everything in depending on your profession. If I was a college student, I'd click over here and it'd give me college-focused ideas for how to use Canva, right? Presenting a project, group work, resumes and cover letters, etc. So if you want to take a look, if you are in a specific profession and want to learn about how to use Canva for your specific profession, go on to Work Kits. Photos is where you can see all of the photos that Canva has personally uploaded that you can use in your presentations or in your Canva design. And once we get into creating a design, you'll see that all of these photos you can simply search up and input it right into your template. Icons, again, things that you can put into your design. So if you're looking to create an infographic or a preview of something that you're doing upcoming, you can take a look at these and then put them into your design as well. So this is the creator tab. So kind of like teacher pay teachers. Maybe you're in your own business and you're trying to sell shirts, right? You can click over here and you can start to use these people's templates. Let's say I wanted to do this. I can customize this template and use it myself. If you wanted this specific one, you can order it. And that is all in the templates section. Next, if you go to brand, which as you can see has the star over here, if you have a specific brand, like some of those creators, you can create your brand kit and that way you don't have to start from scratch each time. So let's say if I wanted to create something for my YouTube channel, I can come over here and insert the colors of my YouTube channel. I can insert my icon. So everything will be here and I would not have to start from scratch every time. If I'm trying to create a template or a preview for an upcoming video and I wanted to make a poster about it, I can come over here, have a template already, and I can choose the colors. I can input photos, graphics, icons, etc., etc. And the last tab, because you guys won't have the classwork tab unless you're a teacher and you're working with your students, The last tab this is where you'll find all of your photo editing tools, your template tools. So if you're trying to do a specific type of edit, chances are that it's in this app section, right? You can integrate a couple things. So Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, if you're trying to integrate your Canva designs into there, or take pictures from your Instagram and put it into a Canva template, you would do it this way. Now, let's get into everything in the middle over here. So this is where you're going to find, like I said, your recent designs and also things that you might want to start writing about. So maybe you're trying to just write a document and fancy up a Word document. Maybe you're trying to create a specific video and have borders around it and fancy up a video. You can do that. This is the one I use for my YouTube thumbnail. So if I click over here, you'll see that it gives me a 1280 by 720 template. You can create a story, which is 9 by 16 instead of 16 by 9, like a YouTube thumbnail. You can choose any one of these. These will all be blank templates to start out with. So what you can do is choose one of these templates and it will be blank. However, as soon as you click into it, let's say I wanted to create an Instagram post. Once you click into it, this is what you're going to see. What you're going to do is you're going to type in a template. So let's say, or you can even just take a look at all the templates they have on their homepage over here. But if you're looking for a specific thing, so let's say I am trying to create t-shirts. Maybe I'm doing this to sell products online, right? And I want to do t-shirt designs. Literally type in t-shirt design. And this is where you'll see all the templates that were already created. So if you see in this corner, it does say EDU. And if you hover over it, says this premium template is included with your Canva for Education plan. So a lot of the photos, videos, and graphics that you see will be on the premium features version of Canva. But I can click on any one of these since I do have a teacher account. I can click on any one of these and it automatically puts it into your design. Now, every single one of these, since this is Canva native, is is editable. So if you didn't like the word trending, or if you're trying not to write the word trending, you can delete this and write something else. And it'll keep that font, it'll keep the size, right? If this is not really your site, you can input your own site. You can change this design. So even the wolf on the back, it wasn't just a picture, right? It was a template in Canva's Elements tab that they added onto here so that I can move this around. I can change it to whatever I want to. I can even click on the shirt, and it seems like the shirt was an Elements tab. It will bring it to the front, which is very cool, so that you can see the entire shirt. It seems like this was an Elements tab, but if you go over here, you can adjust it and actually change the color of the shirt over here. Sometimes it depends if it's a photo or graphic or not, but sometimes you can change the shirt, and there's a tab up here, kind of like the font. It'll come up with a font color, but some things you have to change manually. It just depends on what it is. And then you have this background. Now this background I can detach, and then it's just a plain white background. Or I can change it. So if I wanted to change the color scheme, I can click the color wheel and come down here and change it from there. So that is the design tab. Everything you see on this design tab is editable. So when I can customize it to whatever I want, I can delete things. Right, this is actually part of the masking app, which I will show you in a little bit. I can change the background just by deleting it. So there's that. If I wanted a little bit later, I will show you how to move things in a specific way so that if you didn't want this flower in this spot, I will show you how to change it so that it's in the foreground or the background. And I'll show you how to layer your images on top of each other. So the next tab after design is your Elements tab. This is where you're going to search up anything that you want to put in. So if I'm looking for a t-shirt, right? If I go back to the t-shirt design and I don't like this t-shirt, right? I can come over here and I can choose this one and I'll put it to the back. I can choose a video, which I would not choose for this type of design, but you could do that if you'd like, right? And then if I want to move this to the back, now that I chose it, I'm going to right click, or there is a shortcut, which is what I use, control bracket, but I can layer it and send it all the way to the back. Delete this one. But now that you have the plain white tee, now you can customize it however you want. So let's say on your t-shirt, you don't want a wolf. Your design is more like a cat. You can type in cat. You can type in the specific cat, right? If I said calico cat. Canva's pictures and videos are stock images, so you can't look up copyrighted photos and whatnot. So I can't type in Garfield. I mean, I can, but a picture of Garfield is not going to come up. You do have this graphic, which I'm surprised that it's even, the graphics even there. But like the photos, it is of an orange cat, so it does understand what Garfield is. Right? I didn't type in Garfield cat. It does understand who Garfield is, but it won't show up any pictures or anything with Garfield's face. Like I said, I am surprised that that is on here, because that is very clearly Garfield. Let's just say I like this picture of a cat. In a little bit, I'm going to show you how to edit this tool and use its AI features. But for now, if for some reason I wanted a calico cat, but that's not actually orange, I can change the tint, right? So whatever I wanted to, I can change the brightness, contrast, all of those things. And I'll show you a little later on how to edit these pictures to however you want them to look. But for now, let's keep going. Let's say now I want to add a text box. So I got rid of the text that was here. Let's say I wanted to re-add it. I just click the text box and it pops up. I can add a heading, which is a little bigger, subheading, a little bit of text, which is smaller, right? And then it has the font combination. So if you didn't want to specifically choose your font for whatever reason, I know there's a lot of them. So if you didn't want to choose a specific font, or if you wanted to see how it looks, you can click one of these and it'll give you a specific font. And I can come over here. Once you click on the words, this screen will pop up on the top where you can change the font, the color, the size, the boldness. You can strike through, you can add effects, which I will show you a little later on too, but you can outline it, which is what I like to do for the most part, right? You can animate it. So if you're creating a presentation, which this is just a photo, a still image, so this wouldn't necessarily be beneficial, but if you wanted to, you can pan it in so it looks like that. If you were trying to do a presentation on this, right? And you're like if you're trying to do a PowerPoint presentation, you would do it like that. But that is text box. Next, you have your brand, which is what I showed you before. So I don't have anything here. I don't have a brand. But if you did have a company with company colors and logos and all that, that'll pop up here and you can just instantly put in whatever you have. Your uploads. So this is your uploads. So anything that's not on here, any copyrighted things that might not be in Elements or something along those lines. If you're trying to create a presentation and you need your company's logo on your presentation, you can download it and then upload it into Canva. And then once you click on it, it'll instantly pop up. So that's uploads. It'll keep all of them. Projects. So if you were looking at your previous designs and wanted to plop them in, you can plop those in right from. There's also a couple of your images that you've been working on before, etc. The projects tab is also where you'll see your recent images and videos that you've uploaded as well. The app section is the same as I showed you before. It's just now inside your template so that you don't have to go back to the main screen. And I do like that it has the tabs here. So AI powered, create something. So these are all your apps that people have, third-party apps, and some of these are Canva's first-party apps, but most of these are third-party. Or if you, let's say you wanted to sketch something, right? I can sketch it and click generate, and then it'll generate it for you. And a lot of them are not amazing, but they're not too bad considering my sketch was literally a stick figure, right? Not terrible. I didn't really describe it except for saying it's a person, but some of these definitely hit or miss with the app section because they are third-party apps, right? The next section is your audio section. So if you are creating a video, you can take a look here, and this is all from Canva Studio. You can upload your own music if you really wanted to and click in here and it'll be in the audio section. Right? And then you have all your your latest 3 tabs that you've used, your latest 3 apps on the bottom. And that's about it. Now, once you are finished with your design, you can come over here. If you do have a video, you can play it. This was my transition, so if I get rid of it, there's nothing there, right? And then you can download it, you can share it, you can copy the link. So if you're trying to send this to somebody or send it to your teams before you upload it or before you download it, you can send it to them. You can print with Canva. So if you really like this design and wanted to print it directly to your house, you can go through print through Canva, and then a whole bunch of other options. If you so choose, you can download it. You can upload your picture right to Instagram if you have it connected and all this other stuff. That's about it in terms of designing and downloading your template. You can also come up here and change whatever you want. You can move it to a folder, import, create new design, etc., etc. If you have the premium version, Canva will actually use AI in order to switch your design into a different style. So let's say instead of posting this on Instagram, I wanted to post it to Facebook. I'll click on Facebook. I wanted to do a Facebook post. I can click on redesign, and I can either copy and resize it so it'll keep this Instagram post and just create a new Canva design, or I can redesign this, but then I can't go back to this specific squared Instagram post unless I change it again. So I'm going to copy and resize it, and what this does is it'll take all of your designs and, to AI's best ability, change the dimensions so that when you open the post, it changes it to their specific dimensions. So if instead I wanted to change this to a YouTube thumbnail, I can click on resize, and I can click on copy and resize. And when I open this, now the template is for a YouTube thumbnail. It automatically stretched out the background and changed all this and whatnot. So it is very good, and the AI has gotten even better since the last time I used it, because AI is evolving over time. But that is that. Other than that, that's about it. So now let's dive into, so that is your basic use of Canva. And for 90% of you, this is where you can pause the video, stop the video, or try it yourself and then come back. Because now we're going to move on to part 3, which is all the tools that you can use on your images and on your elements to up your design to the next level. Let's go over to part 3. Now, the next step, now that you have the basics of Canva mastered, now you can go into a more in-depth editing style of Canva. So this step is more for editing your pictures or your thumbnails so that it fits whatever you want it to be. So now that you've created your design, but maybe you specifically want to, maybe you don't like a specific part of a photo that you uploaded or that you took from elements. Now that you're going to double click on your video, and if you saw my video on Canva that I mentioned earlier, you know how to use a lot of these effects tools. But in a nutshell, background remover is going to remove the background, so it's just the person. Magic eraser, you can brush over anything. So let's say I didn't want this fun house in the background. Click erase, and it'll erase it. But also what they've added is now, instead of just erasing wildly with the brush, you can click on something specific, like that Ferris wheel, and it'll, using AI, automatically understand all the parts of the Ferris wheel, and then you can erase it that way. The click feature did not exist. So AI has definitely gotten better over time. Like, let's say I wanted to get rid of this entire person and just have the background for whatever reason. I just clicked on her. It automatically recognized the outline of the person and erased it. And the background is a little wonky because it doesn't know what's supposed to be behind there. So you might have to go back in and do that yourself, or you can do a magic edit. And I wanted to click it, and now I can brush it over or click, and I click done, and then it automatically inserts it back. What I can also do over here is if I have any text, which I don't in this particular photo, but I can highlight the text, it'll pop it out so that you can edit it. So if you're taking a picture of, like, if you wanted to edit it to something else, you can grab the text and change it that way. And you can magic expand this. So if I wanted to change this entire picture into the entire design, I can click whole page and click expand. And using AI, it'll give you a bunch of different options on how to expand this image so that it fits the frame. So if I didn't want to extend it, this is how it extended it here. So it gave her arms. Again, it is AI, so it's a little wonky, but gave it arms. I think this is supposed to be a laptop, and she's supposed to be sitting in a building overlooking the circus. Again, trial and error. Like with any AI, it'll be trial and error. But let's dive into some other features. There is a filter feature, so if you wanted to change and adjust it in a specific way and you didn't want to manually change it, you can come over to the effects side and change it to a specific type of filter. You can add effects, you can add a shadow, and it'll look like a picture frame, duotone, you can add blur to it. I say I want to blur her face for whatever reason, just brush over it and it'll do that. I can remove it. I can also undo anything I want to, or if I make a mistake, just click undo and everything's back to normal. So now the last part of editing your photos would just be to mock it up. So if I wanted to upscale this image, I can click upscaler, and using AI, it'll upscale it. So if you wanted to have something that was low quality and needed to upscale it to a bigger scale, if you uploaded a tiny picture, you can upscale it so that it would fit this entire frame, right? The more you upscale it, lower the stability. So if you're upscaling a very blurry pixelated image, it might not upscale it appropriately. It might look a little weird, but you can do it that way. You can also do mockup. So if you wanted to put this design onto your smartphone for whatever reason, you click mockup, it'll automatically bring up a smartphone that you can change what you're looking at over here, so that if you want the girl to be there, you can do it that way. If you wanted to make a laptop screen or laptop home screen instead, you can do it this way and then put your image in here. Just drag and drop, it'll automatically change it, and you can do it things that way. So now let's go on to part 4, which is where we're going to bring all of this together. I'm going to show you how to take a design, add things to it, modify a specific image, and then layer things on top of each other so that I can create a brand new picture. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take you right from the beginning. So if this is your home screen, this is where we're going to bring it all together. Here's the scenario. So what I want to do is I want to create a promo for a movie night that I'm hosting. Right? I'm going to go to create a design. I want it to look like a flyer. I want it to be able to maybe print these out, print it all over my neighborhood, and have a neighborhood movie night. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stay on design and I'm going to look up really just the word movie. I can be a little more specific, or I can do like apartment movie night or neighborhood movie night, something like that. So I like the way this one looks, so I'm going to click it. And once I click it, it automatically sizes it to my template. So I don't have to do that, which is awesome. I have all of these features. Every single one of them, as you can see, is clickable. So let's say that we were going to see, this is a neighborhood movie night. Maybe I wanted to change it to Moana. And instead of under the stars, I'd say under the sea, because this is definitely the Little Mermaid. So Moana under the sea, right? If I didn't like any of these stars, whoever designed this individually put all of these stars, which is kind of crazy. So I can actually individually change any of these stars, and they grouped them so that when I move it around, it'll move. Maybe I wanted to write get your tickets here and then put a QR code, or I can just change the color of it. Maybe I just wanted to change it to red. Can change it to red. If I didn't like this, because it's not a theater, if I didn't like this, I could get rid of it. And you see that was just the design, so that I have to get rid of the words itself. If I wanted to move this popcorn, it's all part of one thing. So what I can do is either I can delete it and find another picture, or I can come over here, click on image, and then click magic grab. I want to click on the popcorn and the kernels itself. So then I can come over here, grab all of this, and I'll click on these 3 pieces of popcorn on the ground over here. And it's going to move it away from the image so that I can edit it wherever I want while everything else stays the same. Again, if you want to just add another picture yourself or just take another picture, you can do it that way. But I'm going to use all of the tools that Canva has to offer, so we're going to try the magic grab. Now I can move the popcorn wherever I want to. It does have this little cutout because that cutout was cut from the reel, but I can move it over here, let's say, and now I can right-click it or use my shortcuts, and I can layer it so that it's now in the back, but I want it to be on top of the take, let's say, so now I can put it like that, and now you can't even notice it. Or I can straight up just delete it. So now the popcorn's not there. What I can do here now, since this is grouped to everything else, I can ungroup. Now I have all these individual stars. So now that it's here, I can either right click and go to layer and then show layers, because now I can't see it, but it's still there. And it doesn't help that there's so many stars, but I can click on ones that are overlapping, and now I can see that this is the star that I put there because it's overlapping from the other ones. All I have to do is drag it on top, and now it's on top. This does have 3 layers, so it can actually change each part of it, which is kind of cool. This all depends on the picture that you choose with how many different colors you can put it, but I can come over here, click the star that I had, and then I can copy it and paste it, right? Control C, Control V, all over the place, and drag each one to wherever I want it to drag to. Let's say I wanted to have another picture in here. So I got rid of the popcorn, but let's say I wanted to show a house because we're doing this in my neighborhood. I can come over here, click on any of these houses. Again, some of them will be premium lock, some of them will not be. But I can come over here, have any of these houses, and I can go like that. Instead of having physical posters, maybe I wanted to post this on Facebook, I can always animate these, right? And I like that it previews what it does. I can animate this. I can even come over here and animate these, which shows are blurry. And then I can animate all the, I can animate literally everything, which is kind of cool. If I wanted to add audio, if I was putting this in like a Facebook page for my community or something like that, I can put Michael Bublé in the background, which I will not play for you because that is very copyrighted, but come over here and you can adjust the way it sounds. You can make it louder. You can make it lower. You can sync it to the beat of the animations and whatnot. I can either print it with Canva or I can download it and print it myself. Since this is a video, it'll download as a video because of all the transitions. If you want it to be a poster, you change it just like that. If you wanted a transparent background, like if you're just trying to download a specific graphic, you can do it that way. Again, premium feature. If you wanted to change the size, which unfortunately is a premium feature as well, and then it'll say that obviously if you have a PNG, it's not going to play animations, and then download it right from here. It'll download and then you can do whatever you want with it. So that is my full Canva tutorial. If you found this helpful or interesting, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If there's something else that you would like to learn about that I didn't go over in this video, leave that in a comment down as well. Otherwise, I hope this helped some of you, if not all of you. I hope you found at least part of this interesting. I'll see you in the next one.